Today, I retextured bamboo. Well, kinda. This is thin birch, a new bamboo variant I've added to my mod, and in this video I will be implementing this and far too many other variants of other stuff like blocks and armor and, as you saw in the thumbnail, mobs. Anyway, let's look at the malnourished tree, shall we? So this plant was created from two sources of inspiration, the first being the reference I found where someone had retextured regular bamboo to make this cool birch tree types, and obviously, real life birch trees. And while my version may no longer look like bamboo, according to the code, some elements of it still are. This is because to make the block work correctly while saving some time, I extended the bamboo block itself. This allows me to take all of the bamboo properties and then alter them to make sure the plant makes sense. Now alongside this block itself, I also made it so when you cut them down, obviously you get the thin birch item, and you can craft this in— I don't have enough of them. Okay, and now you can craft them into thin birch blocks, just like so. And of course, you know, just like any log, it can be stripped, and now we have this funny little plank texture, which is sick as hell, you know, that's pretty cool. Now of course you're probably sitting there thinking, Jaiz, how can I do this myself? I sure wish there was an easy way for someone to explain how they did this and then go through it step by step, kind of, but like not in enough details. Well, you're in luck. So of course, just like for any good block, we first of all need to make a bunch of textures to, you know, have it so it renders in game. And for this we're gonna need you know, just a couple of textures, like not too many, I'd say. Obviously we got two for each block, like so, and then some for the leaves and some for the stalk, and then a sapling texture. And yeah, with that we can move on to coding it. Okay, so to get this working, we're gonna need 4 new block types. All of them will need a model, a block state, and an item file. And from there you can register the block inside of the code. And would you look at that? All the blocks are in the game? Well, that's amazing. Look at them work. There they go. They're working perfectly. And if you weren't able to follow along with that, it's because I didn't include any details that are important whatsoever, and none of that was helpful in the slightest. Also, can you please stop playing that annoying ass music? Oh my god.
What do you mean? I'm controlling. I'm the editor. You can't just
stop arguing. I don't give a fuck. Shut up.
Oh my god.
Fine. Anyway, it was while developing this feature that I realized that there was something called a multipart inside of blocks now, which has apparently been around since bamboo, who knew? But pretty much what this lets you do is, based on block states, it applies 2 separate models to one block. And in bamboo, it allows it to have the stalk and then the leaves as separate models, meaning you can layer them and stack them as much as you want. So this got me thinking, what if I made a block that allowed you to layer textures to make something else? Well, this here is called mortar, and it's based on the shit that you put between bricks to keep it stuck together. But yeah, I think this block's really cool. Watch this.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna, alright, yeah.
So this block works by checking which item is in my hand when clicked on, and if it matches one of the listed materials such as bricks, it will change the block state to match the item. This will then update the model with the associated textured layer on the top of the original block. I also made 16 more, 1 for each die type. Now unfortunately, ever since I added this block, my Minecraft has taken at least twice as long to load, and I'm not sure if it's because of the giant block model file, or it's because the code is running entirely off of a humongous if-else chain, but I guess we'll never know. Okay, so now that you've heard everything about how it's been made, let's have a look at it in game. So to craft mortar, you need 2 pieces of clay and 2 pieces of sand, and that'll make 4 of the blocks. You can then take 8 of those blocks and then add a piece of dye to it to make any of the dyed mortar types. For example, here we have blue, in case that wasn't obvious because you're colorblind. Oh, and to apply a text, you just need to right click on the block with its respective item. Now in this case it's bricks, but if you want something like stone bricks, you need to use the actual block because it's not a brick item. And if you want to add moss, you use moss blocks, and then cobblestone, you need the cobblestone block. Now you may have just noticed the textures can actually stack on top of each other, which means that originally there was 133,280 textures that could possibly be made with these blocks. But for a reason I'm about to discuss, there's only now 8,330. Over here behind me we also have some of the plank variants. This was back when I planned on having planks attached to them, which means that now instead of having the 125,000, we're down to like 8,330, which is significantly less variants, but I guarantee you're still not going to use all of them. It just made less sense to me that you would be adding wood to something like cement. I feel like that would eventually rot and cause issues, so I decided to remove that feature in favor of just having the cobblestone stuff. Anyway, let's look at all the different colors and different variants we can get going. So here I have a giant chart that has many of the colors on it, including many of the bricks and also the mossy variants. This means that I've layered up different layers of the textures, and I've made it so I can get a fair few colors, as you can see. Particularly if I look at it from this angle, you can really see just how much variations you can get going. And that's not even close to the amount you can possibly have. Now, as you may have noticed, these are layered up, so you can see here this one has 2 layers, this one's only got 1. This has 2, that's only got 1. And I have a little chart down here that shows you how the layers work. So obviously we start off with mortar, this is a regular mortar block, and then we go to the brick version, which is when you add the brick to the mortar, and then you can start adding the cobblestone layer, which can have deep slate and that kind of thing on top of it to give it a bit of texture like that, and then we have the moss layer. And this is as far as you can go. This is the 3rd and final layer that you can have. And after staring at this chart, you're probably sitting there thinking, why didn't you just dye the bricks? That's because it didn't occur to me at the time. I also have an example here of how the mortar and the brick variants can actually be used to replicate the normal ones. As you can see here, this is actually a mortar block, and these resin bricks here are actually orange mortar, and then these stone bricks over here are pretty obviously light grey mortar as well. And that works for all of the items that I'm currently listing on screen now, which might take a while. Okay, yep, we're done. Alright, sweet. Anyway, I'm not really huge on building, but I do enjoy it from time to time, so I figured I might as well put some of the blocks to use here and see what I could pull off. And we have here a kind of a textured wall, which is made with black mortar and also resin bricks. I figured it kind of looks like, I don't know, degradation of like the paint on the bricks or something like that, but in case it isn't obvious, this is made with black mortar, resin bricks, and also blackstone. And there you go, now you can make this texture like that. And my second example was suggested by one of my friends. This here is a cobblestone path made with cobbled deep slate and also brown mortar. You can see some of the sections like this have layered moss and pale moss on top of them to kind of blend the path a bit more with the grass. So it's brilliant to know that we can customize the blocks in game now, but what if we were able to customize something like, oh, I don't know, netherite armor, or at least the equivalent of anyway? Well, have I got news for you. So after a lot of consideration, I realized that we only have one like properly customizable armor set in Minecraft. Like sure we have trims, but the leather armor is the thing that comes closest to be able to make like, I don't know, clothes and stuff like that. But of course, no one wants to wear this shit. It's so bad. Luckily, however, recently Minecraft added these, which is dog armor. And these are made from armadillo scoots, which was another new feature, which can only be used for this because for some reason, new items that do nothing else is a common recurrence recently. But what really caught my attention with these is the fact that they can be dyed. While thinking about it further, I realized that both copper and armadillo scoots were fairly underused. Aside from building blocks of copper, you can't really do much else with it. So I figured, what if I combine these and make my own armor set? And this here is how you craft them. Here we have the boots, chest plate, leggings, and the helmet. And of course, as expected, these can be dyed. You can't actually see it on the item itself, but I promise you that when you wear them, you'll be able to tell. Now you might notice these kind of already have a trim to them, but I figured that without the copper, they kind of felt a bit flimsy. Admittedly, it's a little bit obtrusive, like considering when you compare it to leather, that's also got the obtrusive brown marks in it, but I figured it'd be a good way to be able to differentiate the two sets of armor. This in particular took a hell of a lot more concept in the usual. As you can see all these images here, there's a lot of different phases that I went through. With the dyeing of the armor, you can actually mix and match all the different dyes you can, so you can have the same amount of possibilities as leather armor. And just like that, I fit in with my dogs perfectly. Look at them, little fellas. And now, is the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to try and redesign the sheep to match the 1.21.5 farm animal redesigns. Okay, so in terms of the designing the sheep, I made this model here, which is a, it's kind of just a mock-up of what I wanted to use in the thumbnail. Once I finished doing this, I realized I could actually make this video not clickbait, and I could legit just turn this into an actual shape variant. So I've loaded up this template here. It's just a regular shape. Oh my god, they look so... I hate shapes so much. Yeah, I want to add this snout bit, and I want to add these horns, and I think I'm going to add those to the warm variant, because I think I'm going to follow in my cross footsteps and just add variants for the warm and cold version, and also just kind of improve the model overall. We're going to add a new cube to the front to make a nose. Oh, look at that. Now it has a little snout looking thing. I think we're also going to add some ears to these, because the posture right now, I don't know, just feels really disproportionate, and I do not like the way sheep look without wool, so I'm going to slap some ears on it. Boom. Fixed. Amazing. Right, so there you go. That's looking a bit better. Look, it's not brilliant, but it's got some ears, it's got a snout, and I think that'll do for the regular variant. So I want to more importantly work on the warm and cold variant. So I'm just going to copy and paste this stuff. Right, so for the warm variant, I'm just going to get these horns back over here. That looks much better. I think I'm also going to just make skin almost like a darker orangish color. Not quite black. I think black sheep will fit the cold variant best. Okay, honestly, I think that's pretty good. I can't think of much else I would change about this, so that should be the warm sheep, and I think we can move on to the cold one. Problem is that I haven't really thought about what I want the cold one to be, so I think I'm going to have to go and do some research. Right, so I went online and I found this image here, which is I kind of roughly based to the other, the warm sheep on this one here. But here's the idea for their woolly sheep, but honestly, I think having the wool change would cause a lot of issues when it comes to like actually coding the changes in. I think I might do something different, but this is a very nice piece of art, and I just wanted to show it off because I think it looks really cool. I also found this image here, which is getting closer. You can kind of see it's got a bluish skin tone. Oh my god, I've just seen it. Oh my god, look at him. Oh my god, look at him. He's got a tongue out. What is he doing? Okay, this is the one. This is what we're gonna copy. Oh, he's got a little nose and everything. Oh, that's actually so cool. Okay, that's got a perfect skin tone, and it's got a little tongue out. I think that's really funny. We're gonna be going with this. That's so cool. Right, so we just need to get a little tongue in there, which shouldn't be too hard. And then I just need to get like the colors right. All right, there we go. That's looking pretty good. That's actually looking really nice. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty sick. That matches the face up right, and all the colors and all that. Obviously, the wool, it can't be the same as usual with all the tinting and that kind of stuff. So that wouldn't look right. So I have to leave it as white. But for the actual skin tone and the way the sheep's modeled, that's pretty damn close with the little ears as well. Oh, it's gonna look so sick in game. I'm so excited. So in order to make these work, we needed to add a couple mix-ins to things like the sheep entity and also the sheep renderer. Basically, I've made it so when the sheep gets summoned, it'll check which biome it is and then relay that back to the renderer and tell it which variant of texture it should be wearing. It'll then call from this map here and then apply the texture accordingly. Ooh, let's have a look at what they look like in game. He's facing backwards. Oh, he's got ears. It seems like the model's working. Yep, they all seem about right. And if I go over here, hopefully this should make the warm variant. Yep, he's got horns. Look at him. Oh, look at him. They're They're like little rams. That's so cool. And in theory, that means at the top of this mountain, we should be able to get the coal jeep. Alright, let's have a look. Yep, that seems promising. And yep. Oh my god, that looks so stupid. Look at their tongues out. I absolutely love the way that these redesigns came out. I'm very happy with them. And I honestly don't think there was a much better way to go about it. I was skeptical at first as to whether or not I wanted to have the ears and snout, but I'm glad I added them, and it adds a lot of depth to the original sheep model, even without adding too much. And that officially concludes our coding for the video. So before we leave, I figured I might as well run up a fun event with me and my friends, Tort and Sate. Sate was in the last video, and Tort, I don't really know what he does. But anyway, I figured I'd get those two together and we'd do a build event, so we'd all fight out with the new blocks and just see who can make the best build with them. And to officiate the event, I brought on Jampot Bong. If you don't know him, just search up any small YouTuber. He's probably going to be on their thumbnails because he's like the Nafi for anyone under 1k. Anyway, let's get to it. Hey Siri, set a timer for an hour. Shit, what does a fucking cabin in the woods look like?
Go open your best friend Pinterest.
What's my mum texting me for? Good night. Get out of here.
Can you tell her I said good night?
Hey mum, Tort Minecraft said good night.
I say goodnight too.
No, I'm not telling her that either of you said goodnight.
Tell her we love her.
I'm
sure
sure
she's
that'll go
gonna love
down
it.
great.
Yeah.
Definitely won't look at me and go, why don't you get a real job?
Building like it's stupid survival.
Were you like jumping and placing blocks under you?
I did that, actually.
No way.
Oh no.
Oh, that's crazy. Alright, that's looking disgusting.
I just realized I can't use a dark prismarine as one of the bricks.
You can use endstone.
That's not close at all.
Yeah, but you can use it is the
But
important thing. I think you should be
It looks like
considering
yeah.
I think that's what you
I mean,
should be
it
really
looks like
concentrating on.
cobblestone.
My cabin's become less of a cabin and more just like a little shack. A little shack.
You know, you also gotta have those in the world.
Yeah. Every coal cabin has their little shack. You're my little shack, Tormo.
I'm his little chat.
Fuck, that is a disgusting build. What am I doing?
Yeah, I just had that too, and then I just deleted what, destroyed everything, and started a new.
Oh my god. Who let me pick up a fucking block in my life?
How does this look?
Oh yeah, that looks epic.
What?
Freaking awesome.
Yeah.
They call me Central Intelligence. Because that's where they go for the knowledge. Fuck, that sucks. Oh my god, heinous tree. Heinous tree. Cut that shit down.
Well, we can't all be special.
Oh, is she tickling a skeleton right now, or whatever the phrase is?
Sorry?
I got a bone to pick with.
How do we go from tickling a skeleton?
Oh my god.
Luckily, I've built a lot of trees recently.
That's good. I'm glad to. I have not. I've built one recently, and that is it.
I can see yours poking over the wall.
Oh, well, I'm sorry it's not high enough.
Help!
Help me! Help!
Oh, that does not work. Whatever. This is good enough.
So it's a tree building area. Never
No!
saw that coming.
Did he just hurt himself?
A horrible thing happened.
Sounded like it.
It's fine. It's fine.
You sounded only just like slightly in distress, but you know, only slightly.
I'd
though.
say in pain, I'd say.
Oh god. Never mind. I didn't. Did I go over your thing?
What?
No, never mind. It's fine.
I
Nothing.
can see the corner. I can see the corner block. I can see your else trying to build a background on it.
I'm experiencing
I low-key like
tree
mine.
block.
I don't know if it's just because I'm tired, but I'm low-key liking it. I can't really think of much else to add.
Yeah, I'm hitting a wall here.
Hit a wall.
How?
It might be over soon.
Am I hitting a wall? Boing.
Shut
Yeah.
that was so bad. I'm hitting a wall. Boy. Fuck off. You guys put in all the little details.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm putting in so many little details. They call me the detailer. I'm liking this area. It's looking pretty decent, I think. Oh my god. Oh yeah, you guys better fucking cook like crazy because I'm so happy with mine.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so no pressure or anything, but okay, I see how it is.
With a shader, I've cooked with mine. Turn around. Ready? 3, 2, 1. The big reveal. Whoa.
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 Whoa. This is not what I was expecting at all, actually.
Oh my goodness, so I can look at this build I'm seeing in
Yep.
front
You
of
can
me.
do whatever you want. You can fly
Yes.
around it and have a look.
I think I know who built this.
Hold on.
Oh, I love this
Oh,
little
this picnic table is
bench.
amazing.
The jungle stairs with the what even is this Arctic lichen cobblestone stairs. Gonna name my first child that. This is a lovely combo.
Yes.
We got the picnic
Oh my God.
table. We got the path. This is the first thing I did with the mortar, and it reminded me of the old mossy cobble. So I kept it.
This path as well. There's just so much texture to this path. It feels crunchy to walk on, you know.
Walk
Oh.
up.
Dude, this picnic table is.
The
I don't know.
cabin uses this thing.
This picnic table might be
I'm
the
sorry. I'm
thing.
looking at this. I'm
It
looking at this.
doesn't
so
even
much.
use your block.
The power line.
The power
Yeah,
line.
that's awesome.
That's a nice power line. I like the. I like the foundation. Yeah, it was good. A good move. I like the foundation. With the different colored bricks, the tough bricks. All right,
Okay,
build number 2.
Yeah, I'd rather judge that when I've seen both. Ooh. Oh wow. Okay, kind of similar atmosphere to the other one.
Oh,
I
they're
guess
all the
it's-
same theme. Yeah, it's a
coherent theme.
cabin in the woods.
Uh-huh. This is lovely. I feel like I can smell this build, if you know what I mean. I'm
I know
going,
what you mean.
yeah.
Does it smell damp?
It does look
Call me the
smelly.
sniffer the way I'm sniffing.
Who invited this guy?
You did. Wow. I love the combo of the thin trees and the thick trees, you know, like the forest is thinned out a bit here. It's lovely. Just the texturing on every surface is delectable.
All
You
right.
can turn
Ready?
around.
Turn around.
Oh wow, I've been teleported. Ooh. First of all, I love how cozy the house looks. I could live there and live the rest of my days
I'd say
being
that.
epic in this house.
Lovely.
That is how I
Pond.
describe it.
We've got a pond. There's rabbits everywhere.
Ignore them.
There's hopping
No, ignore
gentlemen.
them. Ignore them. Ignore them.
The combination of the yellow floral veil from Jaiz mod with the there's this wild flowers from Minecraft is lovely. So these are all the builds.
What's
Yeah,
his
that's
name?
all
The
3 of the
worm.
builds.
I think I know.
Henry.
Did each one.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
crazy,
well,
right?
Yeah.
Give him
Almost
a
like
rating. Give him a
build
rating.
style. Okay, give him a rating. Why do I feel mean doing this? I shouldn't feel mean. I'm here to judge. I'm the judgmental judge. I'm Gordon Jamsey.
Yeah,
Gonna
hard
eat
enough,
your
yeah.
build. Gordon Jamsey. This build, I forget any scores I gave out earlier. I'd not seen all of it. Is that a worm in a hat?
Yeah, it is a worm in a
I'm
hat.
so distractable.
It's Henry.
That's what they used to call me back in school. Anyway, this
Henry?
build, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. This build, I'm giving this build an 8 out of 10. Lovely atmosphere.
Whoa.
It just
What?
feels so complete, you know. And this
I'm
build,
applauding again.
I'm gonna
Oh,
give this
yeah.
one a 5 out of 10. I think it's a really nice build, but the vanilla trees let it down in my opinion. That's my nit.
Yes!
It's not
Jaiz
just good
Minecraft
enough.
wins! Wait, I'm gonna hit the gritty.
It's true.
Wait, that was your one?
I'm
Wait,
hitting
that
the
was
gritty.
your one?
Yeah, which one do you think it was?
But I got it completely wrong. Okay,
Okay, yeah. Guess
I
which
guess
ones.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
which ones do you reckon is
Really?
which?
I thought this one was Tor, this one was Sarte, and this one was Jaiz.
Nah,
I don't know
why.
I did middle.
Okay.
How do you think?
Well, you got
Since when
me
do you
right.
think I built trees?
Yeah, Jaiz Minecraft.
Trying to get better at
That's
trees.
why I got rid of the
maybe,
gritty.
Maybe.
I love building.
He's doing gritty. Man, in a shocking plot twist, I don't know my friends.
In a shocking plot twist, Jaiz Minecraft can build.
In a shocking plot twist, Jaiz Minecraft wins a build competition.
It's screenshot in front of the freaking
We're in
epic,
Jay's video.
epic winner build.
In a Jaiz video.
Yeah.
Front of the winner.
Well, anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, join the Discord, or follow my Twitch, anything like that. If you want to play the mod, it'll be in the description, and anyone featured in this video will also be in the description. And if none of those features were good enough for you, boom, Dark Prismarine Wall. Okay, bye-bye.
Staying out on